Aloha, it's Robert. I'm just on my way to Port Lock to do a long paddle, 28 miles. It's the Kona Coastal Challenge. They're having it this year because there's no Molokai race again. And this is kind of my one chance to do a long paddle with some friends. Brad Feldman and Roland Graham are doing this race together with me on stand-up paddle boards. Most of the other paddlers are going to be on outrigger canoes or surf skis and so on, so faster craft. But the solo division is going to launch at Port Lock Point and then paddle all the way to the west side, Ko'olina. So we're going to go past Diamond Head, then out past the airport and all the way to Barber's Point, and then around the corner for a couple more miles to Ko'olina, and then finish there, which should be a little bit over 28 miles. So not quite the distance of the Molokai race, but pretty close. So and we were hoping for some trade winds, but today the wind looks really light, so it's probably going to be pretty smooth water. Just a lot of paddling today. So, and training, well, I haven't done as much training as I probably should have, so it's been not paddling as much, but we still have our weekly Wednesday training group, and we did go on a long training paddle from Sand Island to Ko'olina, which was about 18 miles. So we did get that paddle in, and that was a good training run. That was also a calm day, so it was a good way to prepare for today, I guess. But usually for the Molokai race, we do train for several months and slowly up the distance. And one of the hardest things of paddling that long is just having the leg strength and the balance to be able to just stay balanced for that long. And also the feet kind of can go numb, so you have to just get your body used to all that strain, of paddling, standing up for that long. And then of course also your upper body, forearms, you can start cramping and so on. So I brought some pickle juice today, so if I start cramping I can have some pickle juice. That seems to help. I got these little shots of pickle juice, and then I got a 3-liter water bag, so hopefully that'll be enough to last me for the whole race. I'm anticipating paddling for probably around 5 hours today, so might need some more water along the way. And Roland's son is going to meet us outside Sand Island on a jet ski and hand us some more water if we need, so that'll be helpful. And then I also have one of these e-perbs. This is like a satellite locator beacon, and I'm also going to take a cell phone and a waterproof bag, because basically it's an unassisted race, so there's no escort boats or anything like that. So if we do get in trouble, we need to be able to get some help. I'm using my unlimited board. It's 17.6 by 25 wide. It's a dugout. It's pretty tippy, but it should be good today because it's calm water, so it should be nice and fast. Hopefully it'll be the right choice, and I'm hoping it's not going to be too rough out there because, yeah, my board does get a little bit tippy if the seas get rougher. But right now the wind is really light. There's no wind at all. Actually, it looks kind of glassy out there. Here's Honolulu Bay. So the trees aren't really moving. Everything's pretty calm out here. So we'll see how that goes. It'll be a tough day. Lots of paddling today. I'm up for the challenge. I actually almost didn't do this race. I thought, there's no wind. I don't want to do it if there's no wind. But Roland and Brad are doing it, so I'm going to join them. I've done this distance so many times now. I've done the Molokai race 10 times, and then lots of training runs and other longer runs as well. And so I know my body can handle it, and a lot of times it's really just a mental thing, like just pushing through the pain, and especially if you start getting muscle cramps, that makes it extra hard. So I'm just going to pace myself today and not go too hard in the beginning, so I don't want to have muscle cramps at the end and so on. But at least it's a little bit easier than the Molokai race because you don't have that last 5 miles. That's really the hardest part of the Molokai race. The last 5 miles, when you get close to Port Lock, it gets really rough. Lots of currents kind of colliding, and the water is all rough and crazy. So that's really the hardest part of the Molokai race, is the very last part, and then paddling upwind into Honolulu Bay. But that's always a struggle, so that shouldn't be too bad today. Coming around the corner, Ko'olina, sometimes you get like that side wind, which can be a little bit challenging, but today the wind should be so light that if anything, we might have a little bit of a tailwind at the end, so that'll be nice. No really hard parts, so as long as I pace myself and don't push too hard in the beginning, I think I'll be fine, and I just have to push through the pain, I guess. Not sure if I'm up to it, to be honest, but it's all good. Anyway, it's about 7 o'clock right now. It's a beautiful day, ready to go. Let's see how it goes. All right, so I'm wearing 2 watches. I got my Garmin GPS watch, and then on the other wrist I got an Apple Watch. Let's look at all the equipment we got here. Okay, so I think I'm ready to go. I'm all sunscreened up, got my sun hat, got my bright orange shirt and hat so people can see me from a long distance. I got my paddle and leash, of course. I got a cell phone in a waterproof bag. I got my EPIRB, which is a satellite locator beacon, just in case I get in trouble. So double protection. I got some extra sunblock. I got some pickle juice. This stuff is good if I'm cramping. I got a bunch of these electrolytes, and then I got a few of these Cliff Bars, which seem to work well for me. And then I got my water bag with 3 liters of hydration, 2 different bladders, which is really nice, the Source bag, but unfortunately my bag has a little leak. Damn, there's water leaking. So I'm using some hydration here. Hopefully I have enough. Maybe I need to take some extra. But we do have Roland Sun is supposed to come out with a jet ski by Sand Island, so I should be able to refill my bag there. And I think it's only one of the 2 bladders that has a leak somehow, so I'll have to check that out. Ocean looks pretty calm. There's not much wind. Trees aren't really moving. Oh man, it's gonna be a tough paddle today. So there you can see Diamond Head, Black Point is the tip there. That's gonna be our first waypoint. After that, we're gonna paddle straight towards Barber's Point, outside past Waikiki and the airport, Eva Beach, and then White Plains all the way to Barber's Point, and then around the corner for a couple more miles. It's a pretty long way to go, and now we're gonna have to carry our boards down this steep path. That'll be fun. Alright, that's where we're going, way past the point there. Just grabbing it into the water. Ready to go. Way over there, there's Waikiki, Diamond Head, and over here the Diamond Head buoy. And on my heels is Roland. He's coming, so I got to keep ahead of him. He's really fast in the flat water, so luckily I was able to get some wind chop and make good time to here. But he's gonna chase me down soon. All right, I'll talk to you later. Okay, this is my second pit stop. I'm about, let's see, 10.8 miles in. Just past this big boat. 10 minutes way over there. Can't really see Roland, but I think he went way inside. I just decided to take the straight line to Barber's Point, which is past that tip over here, a little bit further still. So I'm a little bit over a third of the way. Sand Island is in there somewhere, and that's where Roland's son is waiting for us with some water. But my water bag's holding up pretty well, I think, by keeping it down here. It's not leaking as much, so it's all good. I'm just sucking every now and then later on when I get more thirsty, I gotta put it on my back so I can sip on it more often. But still got about, I don't know, 15 more miles or so to go. 16 miles, I guess. Let's see, I'm right now I'm at 10.8 miles and 1 hour 54 minutes. All right, keep going. All right. So I'm now at a little bit over 15 miles, so about a little bit over halfway there. Man, it's been kind of fun actually. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna turn this thing around. Yeah, it's been pretty much a magic sleigh ride. Just nice little bumps. I think from the last week being windy, there's still like a nice leftover wind swell. So even though it's only about 10 miles an hour, still got a nice amount of bumps, and my board's just loving these conditions. So yeah, this board just works great in these conditions. You just get these nice long sliding rides, and you can tower sticking out there. That's where I'm going. So still only about halfway there, but making good progress. So pretty happy with that. And can't really see where the other guys are. They're way behind me, and I'm about a couple miles out from land, maybe 4 or 5 miles out. Pretty much on a good line right towards Barber's Point, although the wind's supposed to turn a little bit more southerly, so I'm glad I took the straight line, because if I was more inside, it might be like side wind at the end there. So I think I'm on a pretty good path, and my water's holding up pretty well. I still have more than half of my water left, so I think I'm good. I didn't need that refuel stop, and I'm gonna just have a little bite to eat and maybe one of those pickle juice things just to make sure I got enough electrolytes. All right, check back later. Okay, another pit stop. I'm now at 18 miles, 3 hours and 7 minutes in. You can finally see Barber's Point pretty clearly now. Over here, can you see that? That's Barber's Point. But unfortunately the wind direction isn't as good anymore. It's turned a little bit southerly southeast, so instead of going straight downwind, I'm now kind of quartering the wind. So it's a little bit slower, but still having fun though. See how that goes. Yeah, still got about 10 miles to go, and this is the hard part where it gets harder. Definitely feeling it now. It's the longest I've paddled since, I think, the last Molokai race. Just timing it way back there. So yeah, I'm at what, 18 miles now. Pretty far in. Diamond Head's way back there in the distance. Barber's Point, or the finish at Kolina, is still about 10 miles away, so got a ways to go. Way over there. And definitely feel it now. It's been I think almost 2 years since I paddled this far, but we did that last 18 miles already a couple of weeks ago, so I know I can do it. So just gotta keep paddling, just keep paddling. All right, see you in a while, hopefully at the finish soon. All right, another pit stop. I'm now at mile 21,
Bad news is that the wind kind of is even more south now, coming even more from the south, so making it harder to make progress. My time went from like around 9 minutes a mile to now I'm doing like 12 or 13 minutes per mile, so definitely getting slower, getting more tired. But the good news is only 7 more miles to go, and I'm gonna turn the camera around. And okay, so where those tall trees are, that's White Plains. There's buildings in the trees, White Plains Beach, and then I gotta go over there to the lighthouse. You can maybe see it blinking every now and then, Barber's Point Lighthouse. And then that southerly wind should help once I get past the point. It should kind of push us right up close to the finish at Kona. So not much more to go. And actually Roland's son came by with his jet ski and offered me some water, but I haven't seen Roland for a while, or Brad. I think they're pretty far behind there. Diamond Head's way up back there in the distance. But yeah, still got plenty of water left in my water bag. Good to go. Still got food and everything. Just have to keep going for 7 more miles and I'll be done for today. Alright, talk to you in a bit. Around the corner! Paulina! Okay, so I powered through a couple more miles. So I'm at 23 miles now, 4 hours, 13 minutes. And earlier it felt like a magic carpet ride or sleigh ride. Roland is an animal in these kind of conditions, so I wouldn't be surprised if he catches up to me, but right now I don't see him anywhere behind me, so I guess I still have a little bit of a lead. Hopefully I can hold on to it. Yeah, like I said, earlier it felt like a sleigh ride. Now it feels like paddling through quicksand, and I'm getting pretty exhausted. Anyway, just a few more miles to go. Guess I'll take it 2 miles at a time, take some breaks, and I'll get there eventually. All right, checking out. All right, powered out a couple more miles. It's 25 miles now. Getting pretty close to Barber's Point, but I think I've got at least another mile to go to Barber's Point, and then another 2 miles or so past there. So maybe 3-4 more miles to go. Can make it. Still no sign from the other guys. See them coming. There's some outrigger paddlers on the outside. When I finally finish this damn race, I'm gonna get a big smoothie. That's the plan. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Oh man, I'm so exhausted now. Yeah, sun's beating down. It's like 12:45. Sun straight up, almost no wind. The wind's going like straight on shore. So I'm just paddling sideways to the wind. It's kind of a drag. Oh man, I just want to finish this damn thing. But got about 3 more miles to go. See you later. Alright, finally made it to the finish line, and it took me 5 hours, 27 minutes, 28.46 miles, done. Whew, that was a tough one. That's an unofficial time. I didn't enter because I was too late to get my registration in on time, and kind of decided last minute to do it, so Roland and Brad will still get first and second in the stand-up division, but I'm just happy to finish and still to be done. Time for a smoothie. All right. Okay, so we finally finished the race. Just driving back to town with Roland. Yeah, unfortunately Brad dropped out of the race. I guess it was, we're not really sure what happened, but the one of the escort boats picked up Brad at some point. It was definitely pretty tough, but his wife said he might have had problems with his rudder or something like that. He was working on that the day before, but how did it go for you?
Well, the first half was just dreamy, way better than expected, right? We were expecting no wind, watching the forecast, so I was all prepped for 28 miles of long slog, but wow, we had wind and bumps all the way past Diamond Head across Waikiki, so that was beautiful.
Yeah, I was saying it felt like a sled ride for a long time, but then once we got closer to Barber's Point, it was turned kind of into that hard, long death march.
Totally, like the pains of White Plains.
Yeah.
It was a tale of two races right there. Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, so the end was definitely challenging, but we both finished. All right.
Yeah, finished.
Time to get that big smoothie I was dreaming about. All right, so I finished the race, and I got that smoothie I was dreaming about when I was on the water. So that's my reward for finishing this tough race, and it was harder than I thought it would be, man. It was pretty tough, but it was definitely worth doing it. And by the time the next one comes around, I'll probably be ready to do it again. So, anyways, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed this little video about the long distance paddle race. Thanks for watching, and please give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below. Thanks for watching. Aloha, see you next time.